I was told that if I got a chance to visit the Philippines, I should pass by Luzon and watch the sunrise from one of the tallest peaks. They are a great people, hospitable and friendly, but after a 7-hour ride in a tightly packed bus and staying at a crowded campsite, I regretted some of the choices I made. Everyone had to rest before making it to the top. I couldn't just go on my own. There was no way for me to be alone with my thoughts in such a scenic place. The sun rose above the clouds. It was beautiful. But it was too much of a tourist destination. The gawkers who made it up here, they were loud and rowdy, taking pictures of everything. This was not for me. I preferred traveling alone. Probably the highest unclimbed mountain. No mountaineering here on peaks higher than 6,000 meters. The September monsoon rains caused a huge mudslide. The muddy river is challenging terrain, and I dropped my sat phone more than once. I can't contact my expedition manager, but I still need to make it to the next checkpoint. I hope I can find the supply stash without him. It's a lot of land to cover without a geolocator. Reaching the summit was one thing. The descent was another. During my descent, winds reached 160 kilometers an hour. I fell 23 meters down a crevasse, broke 3 ribs. Around dawn, I heard a helo. I looked up, and staring back at me was a friendly face, an adorable Labrador named Belle. Once I was rescued and far from the crevasse, she licked my face. Thank you, Belle. I learned to find and catch tarantulas. There was no other food source. I learned how to defang them too. Careful with the fangs. And I had to avoid breathing in the little hairs. Once the hairs are all burnt out, they're crispy and ready to eat. It tastes almost like soft-shell crab. Almost. Last night, hyenas were grunting and howling not far from my tent. At dawn, they gathered around my position. Once they saw me peeking out, they wouldn't leave me alone. What a pain in the ass. Scraggy and famished, they were probably drawn by the smell of my rations, or the smell of me. I didn't want to hurt them, so I had to wait it out until they left. There must be a way to push them back without hurting them. I got too close to a drug smuggling operation along the Colombia-Brazil border, and had to maneuver around their camp perimeter. 6 months in, and I'm up against glacial winds of 248 kilometers an hour. It's a never-ending storm. I'm in real trouble. My left boot got undone. I could either remove all my glove layers to fix my boot, or let the biting cold seep through all my socks. I chose to save my foot. The cold bit off my fingertips. In retrospect, my trip to Mount Logan wasn't so bad after all. I lost the distal interphalangeal joint on my middle finger and ring finger. Once they healed up, I underwent prosthetic rehabilitation. Sometimes, I felt like giving up, but there's a difference between giving up and I don't need these prosthetics. Most of the time, I don't wear them. They're too cumbersome. I retrained myself to handle various firearms, and I had to prove that I could still serve. There were times when I thought my military career was over. But really, I'm not done yet. I stopped at a cafe and found comfort in the usual glass of mint tea. My notebook demanded that I fill up more pages. Lost in my recollections, I ended up staring at my reflection in the window. My career and my travels have changed me. There's so much to see beyond the ocean. This is the one Argan tree I keep coming back to. Once I'm in the tree's shade, I can enjoy the breeze and the sound of the waves. This is where I dream about the places I have yet to explore. I could be anywhere in the world. But this is where I call home. Under the Argan tree, I'm reminded that no matter where I go, I will always have roots here.